Have you ever looked up at the night sky and felt that something bigger is happening? I'm not just talking about the beauty of the stars or the magic of an eclipse. I'm talking about a deeper, almost spiritual feeling that the universe is trying to tell us something important. Lately, we've seen some incredible astronomical events. The northern lights have been dancing in skies far south of their usual home. Solar and lunar eclipses have happened in stunning sequences, and NASA is tracking more near-Earth asteroids than ever before. For many people of faith, these aren't just cosmic coincidences. They bring to mind ancient biblical prophecies about signs in the heavens. In the Gospel of Luke, Jesus told his disciples, "There will be signs in the sun, moon, and stars." These words were spoken over 2,000 years ago. But today, with our powerful telescopes and satellites, we're seeing these phenomena with breathtaking clarity. Could there be a link between what ancient prophets saw in visions and what modern astronomy is observing right now? Jesus didn't tell his followers to be afraid of these signs, but to watch for them. He said, "The sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light. The stars will fall from the sky." When we hear stars falling from the sky, it's hard not to think of meteors and asteroids. NASA keeps a close watch on objects passing near Earth, and some of them get surprisingly close in cosmic terms. The prophet Joel also wrote about wonders in the heavens, saying, "The sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood." We now know that a total lunar eclipse can make the moon appear red, a phenomenon we call a blood moon. What was a visionary description for the ancients is now an event we can predict with mathematical precision. The question isn't whether these things happen, they do. The question is, what do they mean? If you've ever felt the sky was trying to communicate something profound, you're not alone. Throughout history, humanity has looked up for answers, for guidance, and for hope. Right now, something fascinating is happening at the intersection of science and spirituality. While we're all focused on our daily lives, incredible events are unfolding on our very own star, the Sun. The Sun has an 11-year activity cycle. During its peak, it unleashes massive solar flares and explosions of plasma that can travel through space. If a powerful one hits Earth, it could disrupt our satellites, GPS, and even power grids. Back in 1859, a massive solar storm called the Carrington event caused telegraph systems to fail and auroras to be seen in tropical regions. If that happened today, the damage to our modern world could take years to repair. Now consider this passage from the book of Revelation. The fourth angel poured out his bowl on the sun, and the sun was allowed to scorch people with fire. For centuries, this sounded purely symbolic. But now, with scientists warning us about the real danger of a severe solar storm, this ancient prophecy takes on a striking new relevance. The northern lights themselves are connected to this. These beautiful displays, normally seen near the poles, have recently appeared as far south as Arizona and Spain because of intense solar activity. The ancient prophets, who knew nothing of magnetic fields, would have simply called them wonders in the heavens. Different words, but describing the same reality. Jesus said there would be fearful events and great signs from heaven. The Greek word for signs here means indicators, things that point to a greater reality. What's unique about our time is our ability to see and document everything. We have space telescopes, solar satellites, and global monitoring networks. For the first time ever, we can read the Bible in our own language, and in the same moment, watch these astronomical discoveries unfold in real time. I'm not saying we can predict the future. Jesus himself said no one knows the day or the hour. But he did tell us to recognize the signs of the times, just as we recognize the signs of changing weather. The sky is still speaking. The real question is, are we paying attention? When we talk about biblical prophecy and signs in the sky, it's easy to go to extremes, either ignore it completely or live in constant fear. But Jesus showed us a third way. After describing all the turmoil on earth and the signs in the heavens, he said something remarkable. When these things begin to take place, stand up and lift up your heads, because your redemption is drawing near. Notice the contrast. While the world is in chaos, followers of Christ are told to lift their heads, not with arrogance, but with hope, not denying reality, but trusting in a greater purpose. The book of Revelation speaks of stars falling as figs drop from a fig tree, and the heavens receding like a scroll being rolled up. Whether this is literal or symbolic, one thing is clear. These signs aren't meant to paralyze us with fear. They are a call to prepare. So, how should we respond? First, with spiritual watchfulness. This doesn't mean anxiety, but keeping our hearts connected to God. Second, by living a life of love, justice, and compassion. These are the true marks of someone waiting for Christ's return. And third, by sharing hope. If we believe these signs point to a new beginning, that's a message worth sharing. Something profound is happening. While headlines scream of conflict, a quiet spiritual awakening is taking place. People are asking the big questions about life and eternity. Perhaps the signs in the sky are doing exactly what they were meant to do. Not to cause terror, but to awaken our hearts and remind us that we are part of a much larger story. The invitation remains the same. Observe the signs, but more importantly, know the one who created them. Jesus told a parable about a fig tree. When its leaves come out, you know summer is near. The signs in the heavens are like the first buds of spring. They don't tell us the exact day, but they do tell us the season. And if we are in the season of signs, we are also in the season of preparation. But preparation for what? Not just an end, but a new beginning. Revelation speaks of a new heaven and a new earth. It's a story of restoration and renewal. Each eclipse, each comet, each unexpected aurora is a reminder that we live in a universe created with intention and destined for a glorious conclusion. So how should this change the way we live today? It means every day has a deeper meaning. Every choice matters. Every opportunity to love and forgive becomes a little piece of eternity breaking into our world. So, here's what we can do. First, cultivate a life of prayer and connection with God. Second, live with generosity and love. Because if our time here is part of a bigger story, there's no room for pettiness. Third, share this message of hope. And finally, look at the sky with renewed wonder, recognizing the Creator's signature in every star. Jesus said, "Stand up and lift up your heads." This is an invitation to stand tall, not bowed down by anxiety, but confident in the one who is writing this grand story. Tonight, when you look up at the sky, you might see more than just stars. You might see a message of love written in light across the cosmos, reminding you that you are part of an eternal plan. The sky is speaking. Are you listening? Thanks for watching. If this message resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear it. See you next time.